evening, everybody. Welcome to Eagle Field. SHN Sports brings you Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Tonight, the Crosstown Classic. I love it. A new name came out this week. One of the parents came up with it. And the way some people around here refer to it, it's the Georgetown Eagles against that other school. The Eastview Patriots come across town tonight for the first edition of the Crosstown Classic. Here live from Eagle Field on the campus of Georgetown High School. At a later date in district play, we'll have the second edition of the Crosstown Classic over at Eastview High School. That will come on April the 14th. Windy night. You hear it in the field mic early on. The wind is blowing. I tell you, it's a stiff wind. The flagpole's even bending out in center field. We'll look at the outfield camera. Bear with us. It will be moving tonight. We'll try to keep it as good as possible. It's been jumping around as it's out there just over the center field wall. The Georgetown Eagles coming to the ball game 11-1 on the year, 2-0 in district play, off a big win on Friday night as they hosted, or Thursday night, they hosted Marble Falls in their district opener at home and were victorious in 5 innings. The run rule 12-0. The Eagles had played the night before and beat the Glen Grizzlies at Glen High School 5-2 on a game that Coach Vieira said, we lack for some things, but we got the victory. Thursday night, a lot better outcome. The team played well and put it to Marble Falls and got out of here early on Thursday night with a 5-inning ball game when the run rule in effect there. Tonight, a different story. Pride comes into play on this one as well. It doesn't matter where these teams sit. You'll have a competitive ball game any way you look at it. The home team tonight, the Georgetown Eagles, white pants and the camouflage uniforms, stars and stripe numbers, the camouflage hats. Beautiful, beautiful uniforms tonight for the hometown Eagles, the home team, the Georgetown Eagles. And we'll try to pull it up. First responder military appreciation night here at Eagle Field. Come on out. It's free for all veterans and first responders. Just show a little ID at the gate, and they let you in, and you are the honored guest tonight. The Eagles in the camouflage uniform, the desert camo. Coach Vieira talking before the game, one of their favorite uniforms. It just looks great. Being a patriotic person in the sense, having served in the Army, being a law enforcement official, my kids in the military. I love the Eagles uniforms tonight. What a great night to pull it out as they pay respects and appreciate all of our veterans, our first responders, our military members. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Eastview comes in as the visitors tonight. They're wearing the road grays, gray pants, gray tops. They've got the navy blue hats on. They will be in the first base dugout. They come into the ball game 4-7-1 overall, but 1-1 in district play. They put the hurt on Glen on Thursday night, a backbreaker for Glen. Eastview won it, a walk-off double, and they won it. I believe it was 18-17 over the Glen Grizzlies. So 2 good games for Glen in week 1 of district play, and they end up 0-2 thanks to the Georgetown Independent School District handing them their 2 losses, Georgetown and Eastview. Georgetown and Rouse, the only 2 undefeated teams in district after 2 ball games, both sit at 2-0. Rouse and Georgetown atop. Rouse 12-4 on the year. Georgetown 11-1 overall. Liberty Hill, Leander, Cedar Park, and Eastview all sit at 1-1 as well in the standings. And then Glen and Marble Falls at 0-2. Texas High School Baseball, if you go to their website, the Leander Rouse Raiders ranked number 1 in 5A baseball in the state of Texas. I'll try to pull it up real quick. The good thing is your Georgetown Eagles are in the top 10 as well. And Liberty Hill is as well. We'll go to their website and try to pull up the 5A rankings here in just a moment. Try to look at them. 5A top 25. We'll go to it here. Flip over to the computer, and it's not going to show up for us. Okay, we won't go back to it. Leander Rouse sits atop the standings. The Diamond Pro THSB 5A top 25 as of March 21st. They sit atop the state rankings 12-4 overall. Your Georgetown Eagles sit at number 6. And then you have the Liberty Hill Panthers, also in District 25 5A, sit number 22. They sit at 13-3 overall in the season. So 3 of the top 25 teams in the state right here in District 25 5A, and a good representation of great baseball that you're going to see all district long between all of these teams. These teams will compete back and forth. There will be some upsets, but you've got some good baseball here in 25 5A. The starting lineup for the Eastview Patriots, we'll go with it to start things off. Leading things off and playing left field will be number 9, Ben Berglund. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 2, Ryan Pullen. Batting third and playing center field, number 11, Tyler Huerta. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 10, Jesus Santana. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 12, Patrick Reyes. Batting sixth and catching, number 13, Joe Quintanilla. Batting seventh, the DH tonight for the Eastview Patriots, number 14, Gary Torres. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 1, Ronnie Goldman. And batting ninth, playing right field, is number 15, Rendell Ellis. So the top 3 for the Patriots, Berglund, Pullen, and Huerta. The middle 3, Santana, Reyes, and Quintanilla. And the bottom 3, Torres, Goldman, and Ellis. On the mound for the Patriots will be number 5, Logan Niederhauser. Niederhauser will start things off. He's a sophomore. He will start off pitching for the Eastview Patriots. The Patriots 4-7-1 overall, 1-1 in district play. Head coach Matt Pullen. Assistant coaches Kevin Ram, Scott Bowerman, and Chase Henson. Take a timeout. We'll be back here in a few minutes and have the starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles. We'll have the national anthem and bring you the first pitch here on Military and First Responder Appreciation Night, live from Eagle Field. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here live, SHN Sports, presentation of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. The coaches meet at home plate with the 2-person umpire crew. Eagle Field, 323 down the lines. 385 to the power alleys, left field, and left center, and right center. All turf infield. Eagles across the back of the catcher's area. The base pass and the infield, all turf, and then all grass, natural grass in the outfield. Beautiful field, beautiful condition after the storms that passed through last night through the area. Hopefully everyone is okay. Some damage done there in Round Rock and Elgin, down south as well, and so we hope everyone is okay. I know it was a long night for the power companies and first responders and doing some rescues and making sure everyone was okay and out of the weather. The Dell Diamond opened up for a shelter, and so just the community's coming together here, Central Texas area, as they always do. And I know Gerald had to be nervous through that, and we always send our thoughts and prayers to Gerald. This year being the 25th year of the Gerald tornado. So bad that went through there so long ago. It seems like yesterday. Hard to believe it's 25 years, and then that broke out yesterday. And so thoughts and prayers to everybody else that went through that tonight, and hopefully they are all right. Getting ready for the first pitch. Georgetown police officer signs will throw out the first pitch here on First Responder and Military Appreciation Night. The catcher, Mazik, goes. Nope, this is going to, I apologize. Pernica is going to go back behind the plate. Officer Signs looks like he's the lefty. He gets ready to throw it out as they give a little detail on Officer Signs. He's one of the school resource officers here at Georgetown High School. Again, we thank all of our military and first responders as we are at First Responder and Military Appreciation Night live here from Eagle Field. He is ready. He turned around. Officer Signs gets ready to fire it in, and does.
Thank you, Officer Signs.
So they'll start to introduce. And now they're going to talk. And we'll try to go to the PA mic and hear what he's saying. Giving an opportunity for all our former and current military members, first responders to stand and be recognized live here tonight at Eagle Field. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I love seeing these vets out here to support these youth so many years later, and just the pride throughout this community that comes out. And so what a great night tonight. So the Eagles and the Patriots in the Crosstown Classic Edition 1 here live at Eagle Field. The starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles, head coach Jordan Vieira. He is assistant coaches Chad Payne, David Durrell, Robert Hom, and Barry Johnson. Coach Vieira, third season as the head coach here at Georgetown. Seventh season overall back here at Georgetown. And Coach Vieira, an alumnus of Georgetown, played baseball here as well. The starting lineup at shortstop, number 21, Eli Hellman. Hellman leads it off for your Eagles. Batting second and catching, number 19, Zachary Mazik. Mazik behind the plate, batting second. Batting third and playing second base will be number 2, E.J. Davis. Davis, the second baseman, and batting third. Batting cleanup, Reese Bell, number 25. He'll be the first baseman. Batting cleanup, Reese Bell, batting fourth. Batting fifth for your Eagles at third base, number 5, Logan Smith. Smith, the third baseman, and batting fifth for the Eagles. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 3, Klaus Kissamore. Klaus Kissamore batting seventh and playing left field for the sixth, and batting sixth and playing left field for the Eagles. Batting seventh, the designated hitter tonight is number 20, Riley Leininger, the sophomore. He'll be the DH. Batting seventh for your Eagles. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 16, Amden Petty. Petty, the center fielder, batting eighth. And batting ninth for the Eagles, the right fielder, wearing number 10, is Jacob Haddon. Haddon, the right fielder, batting ninth for the Eagles. So the top third, Hellman, Mazik, and Davis. The middle third, Bell, Smith, and Klaus Kissamore. And the bottom third, Leininger, Petty, and Haddon for your Eagles. On the mound to start things off for your Eagles is the senior, number 9, Nick Silva. Silva will start the ball game out on the mound for the Eagles tonight. We get ready for the national anthem. Please join us. We'll be back soon with the start of tonight's ball game. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here live at Eagle Field, we get ready for the start of tonight's ball game, the Crosstown Classic. About to get underway, the visiting Patriots from Eastview High School venture over to take on the home team, the Georgetown Eagles, tonight in 25-5A district play. The Patriots numerals and lettering in navy blue outlined in red with the all gray uniform, knee-high pants, navy blue socks. Mazik with the throw down, and Silva ready to get things going for the Eagles. Defensively for your Eagles on the infield, Smith at third, Hellman at short, Davis at second base, Bell at first, Klaus Kitsamore in left, Petty in center, and Haddon in right field. Mazik behind the mound, and Nick Silva behind the plate. From the stretch, the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, punched into right field by Berglund for a base hit in front of Haddon, and he'll be on with the leadoff single. One pitch and a base hit for the Patriots as the leadoff batter aboard. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Pullen. He's a sophomore. He'll step in from the right side. Berglund gets a big lead at first base, held on by Bell. Silva comes set. Pullen shows the bunt. The pitch is in. He's going to bunt down first base. Reese Bell will come up and get it, and he'll step over, tag Pullen. He tries to jump around it. They're going to tag him out. 3 unassisted, and that'll move up Berglund to second base. So the Patriots with their leadoff hitter aboard, and now down in scoring position with 1 out. The sack bunt there by Pullen does its job. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 11, Tyler Huerta. Huerta from the left side. The lefty senior steps in with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. Silva comes set from the stretch. He'll look back at second base. Berglund dives back in, no throw. Silva will address the mound again. We got the wind blowing like crazy, so bear with us. That camera out in center field will hopefully stay with us most of the game. Silva's pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Tyler Huerta. You can hear the wind in the crowd mic down behind home plate. Strong gusty wind. Silva's set. The 1-0 pitch to Huerta. Ground ball out to short. Hellman fields it. He'll throw across the first base just in time. And the Eagles retire Huerta for out number 2. 6-3 in the book. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 10, Jesus Santana. He's a senior. He'll step in from the right side. So Berglund still at second base. 2 outs here in the top half of the first. First pitch from Silva to Santana. Fouled off at the plate for strike 1. 0-1 to count, just the 5th pitch of the inning for Silva. First pitch swinging, Berglund had the base hit to right field. On the first pitch, Pullen lays down the sacrifice bunt to move Berglund to second. And then Huerta took 1 ball and then drove his pitch to the shortstop for an out. The 0-1 pitch into Santana, fouled off, back over the screen to the right side for strike 2. And Silva quickly ahead now, 0-2, with 2 outs in the top of the first to Jesus Santana, the third baseman for the Eastview Patriots. Santana back in from the right side. Silva from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. And a time for ball 1. 1-2 now they count to Jesus Santana. Silva's only appeared in 1 ball game so far. He started. Lasted 1 2/3 innings. Gave up 7 hits, 7 earned runs. He walked 2 and struck out 3. This pitch inside and hit Santana. So on the 1-2 count, Santana is aboard on the hit by a pitch. So now the Patriots with 2 runners on base. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter in the lineup, the first baseman, number 12, Patrick Reyes. He's a sophomore. He'll step in from the left side. Berglund down at second. Santana, the runner, at first. Silva comes set. Pitch outside for ball one to Reyes. Silva comes set, takes a look back at Berglund at second base. Now he'll deliver the 1-0 pitch home. On the outside corner for strike one. Just the 10th pitch of the inning for Silva. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 1-1 the count to the first baseman Reyes. Berglund the runner at second. Santana the runner at first, not being held on. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike two. And Silva steps off, talks to the shortstop helmet. Now readdresses the rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reyes. Silva takes a look at second. He'll fire the pitch in. Ground ball in the infield to the right side. Reese Bell gloves it, throws to a covering Silva at first base for the putout. 3-1 on the putout. Good job by Bell to make the play into that hole towards second base, but a great job by Silva to cover first. And the Patriots are out of the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. After half an inning, we're scoreless. You're listening to Eagle Baseball and SHN Sports. Here at Eagle Field. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Patriots left 2 runners on. A leadoff single, sacrificed over to second base, and Berglund left stranded there. Santana stranded at first after being hit by a pitch. Good defensive play by Reese Bell to cover the gap between first and second. On the ground ball by Reyes. Flipped it to a covering Silva from the mound for the putout. 3-1 to end the inning. And the Patriots now come up for their first at-bat. Hellman, Mozick, and Davis due up here in the bottom of the first. Logan Niederhauser, the sophomore, number 5, on the mound for the Patriots. The throw down there by Quintanilla. And that'll bring up Eli Hellman. Hellman, the junior, shortstop, steps in from the right side. Hellman steps in with a .343 batting average on the year. From the right side, the right-hander Niederhauser, first pitch, ground ball down towards third base. The third baseman up with it. Santana fires across for the putout, 5-3 in the scorebook for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 19, Zachary Mozick. He'll step in from the left side. Mozick steps in with a gaudy .591 batting average. Mozick steps in. First pitch from Niederhauser, up for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Mozick. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch. Mozick takes it for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Mozick throws right, bats left, steps in here from the left side to face Niederhauser. The 1-1 pitch. Niederhauser from the windup. It's inside, almost hit Mozick. It's inside for a ball. 2-1 now the count. to the senior catcher. Niederhauser, the 2-1 pitch. Mazik takes it, and it catches the outside corner for strike two. Even up the count now, 2-2. To Mazik. One out here in the bottom of the first. Niederhauser delivers the 2-2 pitch. Mazik ground ball down the first base line. Fielded in fair territory by the first baseman Reyes. 3 unassisted in the book, and the Eagles have their second out of the inning. Now it'll bring up the second baseman, number 2, E.J. Davis. Davis, the senior second baseman, will step in from the right side. Steps in with a .515 batting average.
Georgetown, number 2, E.J. Davis.
11 RBIs on the year. 4 doubles, 2 triples. 11 singles. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch from Niederhauser. Outside for ball 2. Quintanilla trying to frame it there on the outside corner. Couldn't get the call. And it makes it 2-0 now. To the second baseman, Davis. The 2-0 pitch. It's high for ball 3. And E.J. Davis way ahead here. 3-0 the count with 2 outs. Reese Bell, the first baseman, on deck for the Eagles. The 3-0 pitch from Niederhauser. Catches the outside corner as Davis took all the way. 3-1 the count now. That was the 10th pitch of the inning for Niederhauser. This pitch on the outside part of the plate. Davis fouls it off down the first baseline, out of play. And the count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. E.J. Davis trying to keep the inning alive for the Eagles. The payoff pitch. Fly ball sent into right field. On the run is Ellis. It's a deep one, and it's gone! Oh, my goodness. E.J. Davis hit a tank to right field. Put it up in the wind, and that one is out of here. And did he keep the inning alive? Oh, my. 1-0, Georgetown takes an early lead on the E.J. Davis 3-ball, 2-strike pitch with 2 outs. He put it up in that jet stream, and it got out of here. That is E.J. Davis's first home run of the year. Solo shot makes it a 1-0 ball game. What a shot there by E.J. Davis. The first pitch to Reese Bell. He steps in from the right side. It's high for ball 1. Reese Bell wears number 25. The first baseman steps in with a .469 batting average. The 1-0 pitch, and the ground ball right up the middle past the pitcher, Niederhauser. He barely got out of the way, and Reese Bell moves that batting average up again and keeps the inning alive. A 2-out single, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Logan Smith. Logan Smith, senior third baseman, throws right, bats right. Steps in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Georgetown with a 1-0 lead on the E.J. Davis solo home run with 2 outs. Logan Smith with a .286 batting average. Breaking pitch taken in there for strike 1 to Logan. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Reese Bell leads off first base. Slide step there, the ball outside and low for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Logan Smith with 2 outs. Reyes holds Bill on at first base. Niederhauser from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. And Smith falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the at-bat. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. Count evens up at 2-2. There we go. Got the charge music going. Bell leads off first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The breaking pitch. And Logan Smith stays alive, fouls it off back towards the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of first. Smith's going to take a timeout, step out of the box, and reset. Niederhauser steps off the rubber. Now he'll go back to the stretch position. Reese Bell leads off first, held on there by Reyes. The slide step pitch, 2-2. It's low and inside, and the count run full on Logan Smith. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the third baseman. 3-2 pitch, and Smith, ground ball kind of off the fist, up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Pullen. He'll fire across the first as Reese Bell had already gotten to second base. And Smith is retired. 6-3 on the putout. 4 out number 3. After 1 inning, the Eagles put up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. The Eagles lead it on an E.J. Davis solo home run. We'll be back with inning number 2. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. For inning number 2, live here from Eagle Field. First Responder and Military Appreciation Night here at Eagle Field on the campus of Georgetown High School. After 1 inning, the Eagles lead it 1-0 on a solo home run by the second baseman Davis. Start things off here in the top of the second. Quintanilla, Torres, and Goldman do up for the Patriots. Quintanilla, the catcher, steps in from the right side, takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Next pitch, line drive sent into center field. Petty will range over to his right and throw it in. Quintanilla reaches base on a single to open up the second inning for the Patriots. Second inning in a row for the Patriots to have their leadoff batter aboard. Courtesy runner for the catcher will be number 21, junior Hector Perez. He'll run for Quintanilla. 12 pitches thrown in the first inning by Nick Silva. Steps back here in inning number 2. Now up to bat, the designated hitter, number 14, Gary Torres, the sophomore from the left side. The first pitch fouled off down the third baseline, out of play. 4 strike 1, 0-1 to count. For Torres. The 0-1 pitch. Low in the turf. Good scoop there. Blocked by Mazik to keep it in front of him. Count evens out at 1 apiece. No opportunity for Perez to advance there. Perez being held on at first by Reese Bell. Not a very big lead there. So we'll take a look. He'll fire the 1-1 pitch. Just inside for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Gary Torres, the designated hitter for the Patriots tonight. The lefty back in the box, the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, evens up the count at 2-2. Torres took that one. And Silva found the corner, evened up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second. Leadoff batter aboard on a single to center field. The courtesy runner Perez aboard, running for the catcher Quintanilla. Silva will come set from the stretch and deliver the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off, Mazik unable to hold on to it. So Torres stays alive. Second baseman Gallman on deck for the Patriots. Perez with the leadoff first. Reese Bell holds him on there. Silva's set, the 2-2 pitch. Outside, count runs full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The designated hitter, Torres. He steps out, gets the signs from Coach Pullen down at third base. Silva's set, the payoff pitch. A ball driven into right center field. It's going to find the gap in between center and right. Petty will come up with it. The runner's around second and third. Perez will be waved home. Here comes the throw, but now he goes back. Mazick can't hold it. And now there's going to be a running error here. They're going to get someone in a pickle. They throw down to Smith, but they're going to allow Torres to get back to second base to keep both men on base. The throw was cut off and thrown in by Davis. Perez had been waved around third. He stopped and went back, and Torres didn't see that. But Torres with the double to right center field. That moves the runner up to third base. So 2 runners in scoring position with no outs, and that's going to draw a visit from the Georgetown dugout. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. In steps Ronnie Goldman, the sophomore, the right fielder for the Patriots from the right side. No outs here in the top of the second. Runners on second and third. The first pitch catches the inside corner for strike one to Goldman. 0-1 to count. Silva comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Low for ball one. Count evens up at 1 apiece. Gusty wind blowing out of the left field across the way to right field, and that shot by Torres found that gap. The 1-1 pitch fouled off back towards the backstop for strike two. 1-2 to count to Goldman. See the flags blowing left to right. Flags just in full extension there. The pole's shaking around along with our camera. Bear with us. Quite the wind tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Called a ball. 2-2 the count. You hear out of the dugout. Where's that at? That was a pretty pitch. Just inside, just a little high. 2-2 the count. This one low, and the count runs full now. To the second baseman, Goldman. Second batter in the row for Silva to go to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second. The payoff pitch. Popped up on the infield, but it's going to curl out of play with the wind's help. And Goldman stays alive in the at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next action for the Georgetown Eagles will be on Friday night. We'll be on the road at Leander High School. 7 o'clock first pitch, 6:45 pregame, live here on SHN. If everything goes to plan, Mr. Kelly Duvall will join us in the booth for that game. And then Saturday, we will be at Round Rock High School for a 12 p.m. start. We'll start at noon, 11:45 pregame. Myself and Kelly Duvall on that call. Swing and a miss on the full count pitch to Goldman. And the first out of the inning for the Patriots.
Next up, right fielder.
The right fielder, number 15, Rendell Ellis, steps in. He'll bat from the left side as well. One out here in the top of the second. Runners on second and third for the Patriots. First pitch to Ellis, fouled off back to the screen. Ellis squeezes in on the plate. Tie it in the left-hander's box. Silva set. The 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball one. Evens up the count. 1-1 now. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball out to shortstop. Sacrifice the run to get the out. Harmon fires it across the bell for out number 2. That'll score the courtesy runner Perez from third base and tie things up here in the top of the second. Torres stays put at second base. 6-3 on the putout of Ellis for out number 2. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Ben Berglund. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. He had a single to right field to start things off in the top of the first. He was left stranded at second base. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Steps in here with 2 outs. The runner in scoring position down at second. First pitch outside. Gets past Mazik. Torres will advance to third base. Pass ball there. 1 ball, no strikes to Berglund. Silva's still in the stretch. Comes set, the 1-0 pitch. Just off the outside corner. 2-0 the count now to Ben Berglund. Berglund, the left fielder, bats from the right side. Uptight on the plate. The 2-0 pitch. Slash down the right field line, but out of play, foul for strike 1. 2-1 the count. 1-1. All square here in the top of the second. The 2-1 pitch inside for ball 3. Almost hit Berglund. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Torres down at third base. The 3-1 pitch. Berglund takes it for strike 2. Starts to take off the shin guard and straps it back on. Delayed emphatic call for strike 2 from the home plate umpire. That runs it to a full count. The payoff pitch. Shot up the middle, and Silva snags the line drive for out number 3. Nice job of fielding your position. And the Eagles don't allow any more damage. They give up 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and a runner left on base. After 1.5, we're all square, 1-1. Back with the bottom half of the second inning. More Eagle baseball on SHN in just a moment. Go to the bottom of the second. 1-1 your score. The Eagles coming up for their second at bat. Klaus Kaisermore, Leininger, and Petty due up for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch from Niederhauser into Klaus Kisselmore is the ball. 1-0 the count. Niederhauser from the windup. The 1-0 pitch higher for ball 2. Niederhauser threw 21 pitches in the first inning. Starts out with 2 balls here in the bottom of the second inning. Klaus Kisselmore back in from the right side. The 2-0 pitch. And Kisselmore sends it into left field. The wind's going to knock it down, but the left fielder, Berglund, comes in to make the catch. F7 for out number 1. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 20, Riley Leininger. Leininger comes in with a 167 batting average. He'll step in from the left side. The sophomore, DHing here tonight for the Eagles. Steps in with 1 out in the bottom of the second. First pitch out of the zone for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Riley back in the box. The 1-0 pitch. Outside ball 2. 2-0 the count now. To Leininger. Niederhauser back on the mound and ready. The 2-0 pitch. Just high. Ball 3. 3-0 the count now. To Leininger in his first at bat. Petty on deck. Haddon, the number 9 hitter, in the hole for the Eagles. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way for strike 1. 3-1 count now with 1 out. Niederhauser from the windup. The 3-1 pitch. High for ball 4. And Leininger takes his base down at first base, and that'll bring up Andon Petty. Petty, the senior center fielder. He'll step in from the right side. Petty steps in with a .320 batting average. Steps in for his first plate appearance of the night against Niederhauser and the Patriots. Here in the bottom of the second. 1 out. Runner on first base. Good lead there from Riley. He'll take off on the first pitch and a ground ball out to shortstop. Pulling up with it. His only play to first. He'll fire across. Leininger's going to third. He'll slide in, but he's going to be tagged out. What an unconventional double play. But the Eagles run themselves out of the inning. 6-3 and 3-5. 6-3 on the putout of Petty. And Santana came up, or Reyes came up firing across the diamond at Santana. He applied the tag there to Leininger, trying to slide in. And the Eagles end up going down in order out in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. After 2 innings, it's 1-1. Back with the top of the third and more Eagle baseball in just a moment. The top of the third inning. The Patriots bring up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Pullen, Huerta, and Santana. Silva, first pitch to Pullen, in there for strike 1. .37 pitches thrown through 2 innings for Silva. This one low for ball 1. The count evens out now to Pullen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pulling 0 for 0 on the night. First at bat was a nice sacrifice bunt. slaps this one foul. Way out in front of that. 4 strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pullen. Ryan Pullen, the sophomore shortstop, from the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Silva. Swing and a miss, and Pullen down on strikes. Second strikeout of the night for Nick Silva. Oh, 1 out. Here in the bottom or top of the third, and that'll bring up the center fielder, number 11, Huerta. He'll step back in from the left side. 0 for 1 on the night. Ground ball to the shortstop, Harmon. Back in his first at bat. First pitch. Low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Tyler Huerta, the senior center fielder for the Patriots. The 1-0 pitch, low for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Huerta. If I'm not mistaken, Huerta was credited with the walk-off double to win the game against Glenn last week. This pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Doherty was the pitcher of record, pitched a great game. The pitcher of the week for the Patriots, their social media, but Huerta had that double to end up coming back and winning that game against Glenn. Takes this one way inside, ball 3 now. 3-1 to count to the center fielder, Huerta. Nick Silva in for his 3rd inning of work. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. Fouled off back towards the screen, and now the count runs full on the senior center fielder, Tyler Huerta. Huerta fouls that one back off the catcher, Mazick, to stay alive. 3-2, still to count with 1 out here in the top half of the third. All square, 1 apiece. 1 run in the bottom of the first on an E.J. Davis solo home run to right field for the Eagles. Payoff pitch. Taken for strike 3 called. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Nick Silva, 2 in a row, and that brings up the 3rd baseman, number 10, Jesus Santana. He's 0 for 0 on the night. He's reached base on a hit by a pitch. Back in the first inning, left stranded at first base. Steps in here with 2 outs and no runners. He'll hit this out to second base on a hop to Davis. He'll come up, fire a respell at first. And quick makings there at the top of the third for the Patriots. 4-3 in the book. If you're keeping score, and the Patriots go in order here in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. After 2.5, we're tied 1-1. Back from the bottom of the third, more Eagle baseball on SHN in just a moment. And we go to the bottom of the third. The Eagles up to bat. Here in the bottom of the third, the 9-1-2 hitters due up. Haddon, Hillman, and Mazick. First pitch, bunt out in front of home plate. Haddon motors down the first base line. What a great job by the catcher, Quintanilla, to pop out and fire down to first. 2-3 on the putout. And Jacob Haddon retired. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, the shortstop, Eli Harmon.
Next up, number 21, Eli Harmon.
Harmon steps in for the second time of the ball game. 0 for 1 on the night. Grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat. Takes this one on the outside corner for strike one. 0-1 to count to the shortstop, Harmon. Eli back in from the right side. Niederhauser from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, gets past the catcher, Quintanilla. Ball one, 1-1 to count now. Harmon sends this one up the middle, off the glove of Niederhauser. The second baseman Fields on the throw, but not in time. The speedy Harmon beats it out for the infield single. Good hustle there by Eli Harmon. His first hit of the ball game, and with one out, that brings up the catcher, number 19, Zachary Mazik. Mazik steps in from the left side, 0 for 1 on the night, grounded out on a 3 unassisted to the first baseman Reyes in the first inning. He'll step in here with one out, and Harmon down at first base. Gets a good lead off at first base. Niederhauser from the stretch comes set. Harmon off and running. Quintanilla throws down. Harmon will slide in safely to steal the base. Let's see where that is for Harmon. 1-0 pitch, fouled off down the third base line, but out of play. Evens up the count 1-1 to Mazik. Harmon's 6th stolen base of the year, and it puts a runner in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 pitch, and Mazik off the fist, and it's going to drop into right center field. Harmon, he's going to come around third base, but he'll be held up there. The throw wild up the third base line, and that'll allow Mazik to get up to second base. So a single for the catcher. Zachary Mazik advances on the throw, and now 2 runners in scoring position with one out. Here in the bottom of the third, and up steps the big stick of E.J. Davis. Courtesy runner out at second base. I believe it's number 4, Wade Denton. E.J. Davis with a solo bomb in the bottom of the first. And he's hit by a pitch here. I guess Niederhauser didn't like the first at bat, so he plunks him. Now the base is full of Eagles. So E.J. Davis, 1 for 1 still on the night. A home run and a hit by a pitch, and that brings up the big first baseman, Reese Bell. Reese Bell, 1 for 1 on the night. He had a single. Steps in here with one out. First pitch is the ball. 1-0 the count to Reese Bell with one out. Bases full of Eagle runners. Wade Denton, the courtesy runner, down at second for Mazik. The 1-0 pitch, and it's off the glove of Quintanilla, but Harmon gonna stay put there. 2-0 the count to Reese Bell. Two balls, no strikes to Reese Bell. One out, bases full. And a base hit in between third and short. Harmon will score. Here comes Wade Denton. He's coming around third, but now he's going to be in a pickle. It's cut off by number 10. Now the pickle down the third baseline. He'll slide in, but he's going to be tagged out at home plate by Quintanilla. Good defensive play there by the Patriots as Wade Denton gunned out at home. So only 1 run scores. Harmon scores from third, make it a 2-1 ball game. Reese Bell gets all the way to second thanks to the pickle. E.J. Davis up to third. And the first pitch to Logan Smith is in there. Or up high, I apologize, for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch with 2 outs. Low and outside, ball 2 now to Logan Smith. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Grounded out to the shortstop, Pullen in his first at bat. 2-0 pitch from Niederhauser. Slapped into right field, a fly ball. The right fielder ranges back. Ellis makes the catch, and the Eagles are down here in the bottom of the third, but not before they pick up a run. They got a run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 runners left on base. After 3 innings, the Eagles lead it by 1, 2-1 over Eastview. Back with more of the Crosstown Classic in just a moment on SHN. To the top of the 4th inning. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Patriots. Reyes, Quintanilla, and Torres. Reyes 0 for 1 in the ball game. Steps back in from the right or the left side. He grounded out to the first baseman, Reese Bell, in his first at bat. First pitch swing and fouls it down the first base line, out of play. Falls behind now, 0-1 in the count. The 50th pitch of the night for Nick Silva. In for his 4th inning of work. The 0-1 pitch. And a ball sent into right center field. On the run is Petty, and he'll make the catch. Good read and good coverage there by Andon Petty for the first out of the inning for the Patriots. Quintanilla, the catcher, steps in. He's 1 for 1 on the night. He had a single to open up the 2nd inning. Came around to score the only run of the ball game for the Patriots. Takes the first pitch for a strike. The 0-1 pitch from Silva. Low and outside in the turf, blocked by Mazick. Count evens up at 1 apiece. 1-1 to count. 1 out here in the top of the 4th, 2-1. Georgetown leads it by 1. Little off-speed pitch there. Quintanilla way ahead. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the catcher, Quintanilla bats from the right side. The 1-2 pitch off the outside part of the plate. Count evens up at 2-2 now. This ball hit down the third base line, fielded by Coach Pullen. The foul ball. Quintanilla stays alive. Two-two pitch. Just off the outside corner, and the count runs full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Joe Quintanilla. The junior catcher. 1 for 1 on the night. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. The payoff pitch, ground ball down to third base. Logan Smith plays it on the short hop, fires across on the run. What a play there by the third baseman, Smith. He records the out, 5-3 in the book for out number 2. That'll bring up the designated hitter.
Next up, your designated hitter.
Gary Torres, sophomore, 1 for 1 on the night. He had a double to right center field. Back in the second inning. Left stranded at second base in that inning. Steps in here with 2 outs. First pitch in the turf for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Silva from the stretch comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, but it's going to trickle foul towards the first base coach's box. And the count evens up at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 1 run in the bottom of the 1st for the Eagles, 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd for their 2. 1 run in the top of the 2nd for the Patriots. And here we stand, 2-1. At the top of the 4th. This pitch outside from Silva. Now the count 2-1 to the designated hitter, Torres. Steps back in from the left side. The 2-1 pitch. That'll hit him. And Torres comes up limping. He'll hobble down to first base. 2-out base runner now after the hit by pitch. First of the night for Silva. That'll bring up the second baseman, Goldman. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. 0 for 1 on the night. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner down at first base. Goldman, the sophomore second baseman for the Patriots, steps in from the right side. First pitch to Goldman, swing and a miss. Mazick throws down behind Torres. He dives back in safely. Good play by Reese Bell there to keep the ball from going to the outfield. Skipped in. 0-1 to count to Goldman. Torres leads off first, held on by Bell. Silva wasn't comfortable with the pitch, steps off. Asks for a do-over. Now back on the rubber. Torres leads off. Goldman comes set, Silva set. The 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Count evens up at 1-1. First responder and military appreciation night live here at Eagle Field. Patriotic uniforms being worn by the Eagles tonight. Beautiful uniforms. Salute to the military, all the first responders. Pitch catches the outside corner, strike 2. 1-2 to count now to Goldman. Nice pitch there by Silva. Special shout out to my compadres. Doppler Dave, the fireman. Kelly Duvall, the retired lieutenant from the Georgetown PD. This pitch outside, 2-2 to count now. Kelly Duvall will be back in the booth for the first time in baseball season. Can't wait for Thursday and Saturday. He'll be back joining us here with the call of Eagle baseball. The 2-2 pitch. Just low. And the count runs full now to Goldman. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th. 1 runner on first base. Torres reached on a hit by pitch. Leads off down at first. He'll take off with first movement here. The 3-2 pitch fouled off back to the screen. And Goldman stays alive in the at-bat. Keep the inning alive for the Patriots. April 14th, the second edition of the Crosstown Classic will be live from Eastview Park on the campus of Eastview High School. These two teams both representing the Georgetown Independent School District. The payoff pitch, strike 3. And Goldman goes down swinging for his second time of the night. More importantly, the 3rd out of the inning for the Patriots. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1. Georgetown leads it over Eastview. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. substitution came in there for Eastfield. We'll have to try to find out what it was. Defensive substitution. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. And a first pitch swinging, and Ty Klaus Kissamore drives it up the middle for a base hit. Ty was 0 for 1 on the night, now make it 1 for 2. He takes the first pitch and slices it right up the middle for a single. And the leadoff batter aboard. That'll bring up Riley Leininger, the designated hitter. He walked back in his first at bat, steps in here from the left side. The runner down at first. Klaus Kissamore leads off first. Held on by Reyes. Niederhauser steps off the mound. Coach Vieira gives the signs. Klaus Kissamore leads off first. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one to Leininger. 0-1 to count. In the bottom of the fourth, 2-1, Georgetown leads it through three innings. Niederhauser had thrown 44 pitches. Kind of a check swing foul ball by Leininger for now 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, runner down at first base. Klaus Kissamore, pickoff attempt. Good job there by the first baseman Reyes to block that. I think Niederhauser kind of decided to check up the throw. Short hopped it over to Reyes. He kept it in front of himself, so Klaus Kissamore couldn't advance. The 0-2 pitch. Tie off running. Pitch fouled off by Leininger. Off the catcher, Quintanilla. Comes out slowly, so the umpire will walk the ball out to Niederhauser and allow Quintanilla to kind of gather himself. He had come up ready to fire down, come up out of his stance. Leininger fouled it off hard off the front of Quintanilla's gear. Stays alive in the at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. Klaus Kissamore returns back to first base. He gets a good lead there, held on by Reyes. Pickoff attempt, and Ty slides back in safely. Quintanilla will go out to visit with Niederhauser. Beautiful night. A little windy, but a beautiful night for baseball. In the bottom half of the fourth, the 0-2 pitch. It's a pitch out. Ty off running. He'll slide in to avoid the tag, and he's safe. Stolen base for Ty Klaus Kissamore. That'll be his 5th stolen base of the year. Puts a runner in scoring position with no outs for the Eagles. Good job there by Ty. 5 stolen bases, has not been caught one time this year. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hangs up and out. 4-2. Leininger. 2-2 pitch. Up and away. Lays off, and now the count runs full. Good job by Riley Leininger, the designated hitter. Fight back from an 0-2 count. Full count now from Niederhauser. The payoff pitch, and it's a walk. Leininger draws his 2nd walk of the ball game. Now 2 runners on. That'll bring up the center fielder, Andon Petty. Senior center fielder. And now a visit from Coach Pullen for the Patriots. We'll take a short timeout while they have the visit at the mound. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1. Georgetown leads it. 2 runners on. Andon Petty coming up. More Eagle baseball in just a second on SHN. The visit is over between Niederhauser and Coach Pullen. And now in steps Petty. Runners at first and second. No outs here in the bottom half of the fourth. Petty from the right side. 0 for 1 on the night. Fakes the bunt. In charge Reyes. The pitch was up and out for ball one. 1-0 to count to Petty. Petty, the .320 batting average coming into tonight. The 1-0 pitch. Fakes the bunt. It's up for ball two. 2-0 the count now to the senior center fielder. Charge. Come on. Need some crowd participation. 2-0 to Petty. The 2-0 pitch. Pulls the bunt back and the pitch high. Ball three. 3 pitches in a row. All elevated on Petty. Now he's in the driver's seat. 3-0 the count. No outs. 2 runners on for the Eagles. Trying to tack some more runs on here in the bottom of the fourth. Niederhauser from the stretch comes set. The 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, and Petty draws a 4-pitch walk. Now the base is full of Eagle runners. Now that'll bring up the right fielder, number 10, Jacob Haddon.
Next up, right fielder number 10, Jacob Haddon.
Haddon with a .300 batting average coming into tonight. 0 for 1 on the night. Tried to lay down a bunt in his first at bat in the bottom of the third. Quintanilla sprung out from behind the plate and throw him out at first base. Steps in here with the bases loaded and no outs. In the bottom of the fourth. Klaus Kisselmore at third. Leininger at second. Petty at first. The first pitch. Up and in for ball one to Jacob Haddon. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there for strike one. 1-1 now the count to Jacob Haddon, the senior right fielder. Haddon back in the box from the right side. The 1-1 pitch. And he'll drive it into right field. It's going to be down for a hit. That'll score one as Klaus Kisselmore comes around, and that'll be it. No more running into some outs. An RBI single for Jacob Haddon, and that brings us around to the top of the lineup. Eli Hellman due up. He's 1 for 2 on the night.
And from Georgetown, your shortstop, Eli Hellman.
Klaus Kisselmore scores from third base for the third run of the night. Leininger up to third. Petty up to second. And Haddon down at first base. Eli Hellman, the shortstop, steps in. Bases loaded, no outs. Takes his pitch for strike one. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 pitch to Hellman. Up and in for ball one. 1-1 to count now. The junior shortstop, Eli Hellman, number 21. That's from the right side. 1 for 2 on the night. An opportunity to get some RBIs here. Bases full with no outs. The 1-1 pitch. Just catches the outside corner for strike two. 1-2 now. 1-2 now the count to the junior shortstop. Hellman back in from the right side. Bases loaded with no outs. The 1-2 pitch from Niederhauser. And a called third strike. He drops the breaking pitch in there. First strikeout of the night for Niederhauser. And it's a big one.
Next up for Georgetown, your catcher, number 19, Jack Azar.
First out of the inning. Bases stay loaded. 1 out, and now steps in the left-handed hitter, Zachary Mazik. The catcher steps in. Takes the first pitch for a ball. pitch. Breaking ball in there. For a strike. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 pitch. Low in the turf for ball 2. 2-1 to count. To the catcher. Mazik from the left side. Leininger down at third. Petty up at second. Haddon down at first. The ball sent into center field by Mazik. Center fielder on the run. He can't get it. It bounces to the wall on a one hop. 1 run in. Now a second run coming in. It's going to be a one hopper to the wall, a single by the catcher, Zachary Mazik. But to Petty's defense, he had to wait. Center fielder was tracking back, and he just couldn't get to it. Mazik with a shot. And the Eagles get 2 runs, a 2 RBI single. Now Coach pulling out for a visit, and that's going to be all for Niederhauser. So a pitching change coming for the Patriots. We'll get you up on the changes here in just a minute. A short break here. More Eagle baseball on SHN in just a sec. E.J. Davis will step in here. The new pitcher, number 22, a senior, John Doherty. The right-hander will come in replace of Niederhauser. Faces runners at first and second with 1 out. Davis fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Wade Denton, the runner down at first, the courtesy runner for Mazik, the catcher. Haddon down at second base. The 0-1 pitch. Davis fouls it off back to the screen for strike 2. 0-2 the count now. To E.J. Davis. 1 for 1 on the night, a solo home run to open up scoring in the ballgame in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second baseman, Davis. The 1-2 pitch low for ball 2. 2-2 now, the count to E.J. Davis. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-1 to score. Runners at first and second. The 2-2 pitch. It gets past the catcher. A wild pitch there by Doherty. That'll allow both runners to move up. Haddon down to third base. Wade Denton, the courtesy runner, up to second. Full count there. Now to E.J. Davis. The 3-2 pitch fouled off. Back to the screen. E.J. Davis stays alive. Haddon down at third. Wade Denton, big leadoff second. Infield playing in for the Patriots. The full count pitch. It's a wild pitch again, and that's going to allow Haddon to score from third base. And now the throw gets past Doherty from the catcher Quintanilla, but that's cut off by the first baseman Reyes. So the runners stay put. A walk for E.J. Davis. Haddon scores from third. The second wild pitch from Doherty. Wade Denton moves up to third base. Runners on the corners now. For the Eagles, one out. Here in the bottom of the fourth, 6-1 to score now. Reese Bell steps in, the first baseman. 2 for 2 on the night, 2 singles. Opportunity here to do some more damage for the Eagles. Runners on the corners. Quintanilla throws behind the runner. Almost got Denton off a little far. Nice play there. Stolen base by E.J. Davis. His 4th stolen base of the year. Now runners at second and third, 1 out. Corners in. Pitch up and in. Evens out the count at 1-1. To Reese Bell. 1-1 to count, 1 out. Runners on second and third. The 1-1 pitch. And Bell pops it up, and it's going to curl out of play over the backstop. 1-2 now, the count. To Reese Bell, 2 for 2 on the night. Left on base both times, but 2 big hits. For Bell, an opportunity here for a couple more RBIs. Pitch is low, ball 2, evens up the count now to Reese at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3, full count now to Reese Bell. E.J. Davis leads off second. Wade Denton, the courtesy runner for Mazick, leads off third. 3-2 pitch coming to Reese Bell. And he smashes it into left field, a base hit. That'll score Denton from third. Here comes E.J. Davis around third to cut off the throw home. Not in time. A 2 RBI single for Big Reese Bell. And the Georgetown Eagles opening it up 8-1. Now your score. What a shot. 3 for 3 on the night for Reese Bell. None bigger than that 2 RBI single. Scores Denton and E.J. Davis. Doherty tries to pick off Bell. He slides back in safely. Logan Smith now up for the Eagles, 0 for 2 on the night. Steps in with Reese Bell down at first base, 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the fourth. 6 runs across for the Eagles here in the bottom of the fourth. This pitch is up and out for ball 1. Smith, the 9th batter of the inning for the Eagles. Ty Klaus Kisselmore started it off with a single to start the bottom of the fourth. He waits on deck. Low and outside for 2-0 now. To Logan Smith. Grounded out to the shortstop Pullen in his first at bat. Flew out to the right fielder Ellis in his last at bat. The 2-0 pitch up and inside, just missed him. 3-0 now the count. To the third baseman Smith. Pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Logan Smith. And the inning continues. They've batted around here in the fourth, have the Eagles. Now Ty Klaus Kissamore will come up for his second at bat of the inning, but not before Coach Pullen comes out to visit with Doherty. Quick timeout, back with more Eagle Baseball on SHN in just a moment. Here live from Eagle Field. We're still in the bottom of the fourth. 6 runs across, 1 out. Another pitching change for the Patriots. Doherty threw 17 pitches, walked 2, allowed 1 hit, did not record an out. He comes out, and the senior Aaron Velez comes in. He'll face off against Ty Klaus Kissamore, his second at bat of the inning. And the first pitch is high for a ball. Ty started off the inning with a single, stole second base, came around to score the first run of the inning for the Eagles. Bats here with 2 runners on and 1 out. Fouls this one back to the screen, and the count evens up 1-1. To Ty, the right fielder here for the Eagles. Ty 1 for 2 on the night. Steps back in the 1-1 pitch and fouled off just over the back grandstand. 1-2 the count now. To Ty. Back in from the right side. The 1-2 pitch. And a base hit into right field just over the outstretched glove of the second baseman. And Reese Bell's going to come from second base. He's waved home. He's going to go in and score. And it's an RBI double for Ty Klaus Kissamore. Just over the outstretched glove of the Goldman. He launched into the air and couldn't get it. Reese Bell scores all the way from second. And Smith advances to third. 9-1 now your score. Riley Leininger, the designated hitter, up for his second at bat of the inning. He's been walked in both of his at bats previously. Takes a cut at the first pitch and misses. 0-1 to count. 1 out. pitch bounces in there. Quintanilla keeps it within range. So the runners cannot advance. 1-1 to count to Leininger. Back in from the left side. The 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1 now to count to the designated hitter, Leininger. Two and one to count. Walked earlier in the inning, came around to score the second run of the inning. Takes this pitch low for ball 3. 3-1 now. The count to the designated hitter, Riley Leininger. Andon Petty on deck. The 3-1 pitch from Velas. Outside, ball 4. Leininger has walked in every single plate appearance tonight. All at bats, 3 of them. He has reached base. And now the bases are loaded. Again, here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 out. Andon Petty steps in from the right side. Petty 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out in his first at bat. Walked earlier in the inning. Came around to score the 3rd run of the inning for the Eagles. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 to Petty. The 0-1 pitch. And Petty sends it down the right field line. It's curling towards the line. Caught there by Ellis, but that'll tag up and score another run. A sac fly from Andon Petty. An RBI sacrifice fly scores. Logan Smith from third base. The 8th run of the inning for the Eagles. 2 outs now after the sac fly from Petty. And Jacob Haddon comes up for his second at bat of the inning. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He had an RBI single earlier in this 4th inning. Steps in here with runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to the right fielder, Haddon. Klaus Kissamore moved up to third base. Pitch in there. Takes for ball, or strike 1. 1-1 to count now to Jacob Haddon. Leininger down at first. Klaus Kissamore down at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 10-1 to score. Swing and a miss. For strike 2 to Jacob Haddon. Back to the box, the 1-2 pitch, and this one hits him. Now bases loaded again for the Eagles as Haddon goes down to first base on the hit by pitch. That'll move Leininger up to second base. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup again, Eli Hellman. He's 1 for 3 on the night. He had a single back in the 3rd inning, struck out looking here in the bottom of the 4th for the first out of the inning. Steps in here with bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch. Called a strike. Hellman back in. Velas from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Evens up now, 1-1 to Eli Hellman, junior shortstop. Pitcher doesn't like what he saw. Steps off, resets. Now comes set, the 1-1 pitch. Low in the turf for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Hellman. 8 runs across here in the bottom of the 4th for the Eagles. They've stretched the lead to 10-1. Bases loaded with 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch to Hellman. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 count now to the leadoff hitter, Eli Hellman. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, foul towards the dugout. And Harmon stays alive. Just what the doctor ordered here for Coach Vieira and the Eagles. An 8-run fourth inning. Still threatening. Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Klaus Kissamore down at third, Leininger down at second. Haddon down at first. Pop up on the infield. The second baseman ranges back, and it drops off his glove. It'll be an error, and that's going to score 2 Eagles. Now 12-1. 10 runs across here. That'll be an E4. Wind playing havoc with that. The wind's died a little bit, but not much. The flag's still being tossed around out there. Oh, Harmon is aboard. E4. Our camera's still bouncing around with that wind, so it's still out there. Klaus Kissamore scores, as does Leininger. Haddon moves all the way up to third base. In steps Zachary Mozik, the catcher, with 2 outs. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 to count to Mozik. Leave Mozik 2 for 3 on the night. Takes this pitch low and inside for ball 2. 2-0. Runners on the corners. 10 runs across here in the Eagle fourth. 12-1 your score. The 2-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1 to count. The Eagles can hold serve in the top of the 5th. Will be done. The run rule in effect here. 12-1. A 10-run lead is all you need. This pitch outside for ball 3. So Mozik worked the count to a 3-1 count with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Harmon down at first. Haddon down at third. 2 outs. Mozik ready from the left side. Velas comes set. The 3-1 pitch. And Mozik fouls it off. And it's going to curl out of play over the backstop. Or it hits it, comes back in. 3-2 now the count. To the catcher, Zachary Mozik. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on the corners. Haddon at third. Harmon at first. Mozik from the left side. The full count pitch. It's outside. Ball 4. And now the bases loaded again as Mozik draws the walk. And that'll bring up the second baseman, E.J. Davis. Wade Denton heads down to first to run. Courtesy run for the catcher, Mozik. E.J. Davis. 1 for 1 on the night. The solo home run in the first inning. On a 3-2 count, he hit the ball to right field, got it up in the jet stream, and it took off out of here. Since then, he's reached on a walk, and he was hit by a pitch. Scored 2 runs, stolen a base. E.J. Davis having himself a game. Steps in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Haddon at third. Harmon at second. Wade Denton, the courtesy runner at first. 1-0 pitch, slap down the right field line, curls out of play. 1-1 now the count to E.J. Davis, the second baseman. Reese Bell in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. This pitch slapped out to second base. Goldman up with it. Fires across, but not in time. He bobbled it. Oh, it's going to be another error on the second baseman, Goldman, to keep the inning alive, and another run across. Haddon comes in to score. Harmon up to third. Wade Denton to second. And E.J. Davis reaches on the error by Goldman, E4, second error of the inning for the Patriots, and it's kept it alive. 13-1 your score. Reese Bell steps in, takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. Reese Bell, 3 for 3 on the night, 3 singles. Had 2 RBIs here earlier in the inning, a 2 RBI single. The 0-1 pitch, and Bell sends it up into center field. High fly ball. Center fielder Huerta plays it and makes a catch. F8 in the book for out number 3. The Eagles push across 11 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. I'll gather all the stats to that one, and I'll bring it to you when we come back for the top of the 5th. You're listening to Eagle Baseball here on SHN. Come back here for the top of the 5th inning. The Eagles lead it by 12, 13-1. The pitcher coming in for the Eagles, senior pitcher, a lefty, number 11, Scott Beam. Beam comes in, his 4th appearance. He's got a 1.31 ERA. He's pitched 5.1 innings. He's got 1 win, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, walked 1 and struck out 3. He's hit 1 batter. Looks like we've got some substitutions here for the Patriots. Stepping in to lead it off is number 7. It's going to be Trey Walter Jr. He comes into bat in the 9 hole for Ellis. Second pitch, also a ball, 2-0 the count to Walter. Yes, 2-0 pitch. It is a strike. Swing and a miss by Walter. It's a 2-1 pitch. Walter takes that one for strike 2. And now Beam has worked the count back to a 2-2. The lefty right back to the mound, ready to go from the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Mazik out with it. He'll fire down. 2-3 on the putout. Strikeout for Beam. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup for the Patriots. Number 9, Berglund. He's 1 for 2 on the night. From the right side, the lefty Beam fires in to the right-handed Berglund, low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count now. To the junior Ben Berglund, the left fielder for the Patriots from the right side. The 2-0 pitch just outside from Beam for ball 3. 3-0 count to the right-handed hitting Berglund. Beam delivers. Berglund taking and takes a called strike. 3-1 now the count. With 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Beam fires it in. And a ground ball out to first base. Reese Bell fields it on his own. Holds off on Beam. And Reese Bell, 3 unassisted for out number 2. In steps number 2, Ryan Pullen. Pullen 0 for 1 of the night. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third. Steps in here, fouls the first pitch off for strike one. Patriots down to their last out here in the top of the fifth. They've got to put 3 across to avoid the run rule. The 0-1 pitch from Beam. Fly ball sent down the right field line, but it's going to turn and go out of play. And now Beam way ahead of Pullen. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch from Beam. Line drive up the middle. E.J. Davis cuts it off in the hole, fires it first, and it's out. What a play there, E.J. Davis. Have yourself a game, young man. He gets up the middle of the field and cuts it off and makes the play. 4-3 in the book for out number 3, and that's the ball game. 13-1, your Eagles win it. Quick timeout. Come back with final numbers and a sign-off. Eagles victorious in the Crosstown Classic, 13-1 over Eastview. Back with more after this. Eagles are victorious 13-1 over the Eastview Patriots in the first edition of the Crosstown Classic here at Eagle Field. The damage coming in the fourth inning, the bottom of the fourth. The Eagles put up 11 runs on 5 hits, 2 Patriot errors, and they leave 3 men on base. The Patriots on the night, 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, 4 runners left on base. Your Eagles, 13 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left on base. E.J. Davis, 1 for 2 on the night, a home run, hit by a pitch, walk, scored 2 runs. Reese Bell, the first baseman, 3 for 4, had a 2 RBI hit in the bottom of the 4th, scored a run. Haddon, 1 for 2 on the night, an RBI hit by a pitch as well. Leininger, the designated hitter tonight, 0 for 0, but walked all 3 times, scored 2 runs. So doing his job as the designated hitter for the Eagles tonight. The Eagles improved to 12-1 on the year, 3-0 in district play. And the Eastview Patriots fall to 4-8-1 and 1-2 in district play. The next action for the Eagles Friday night will be at Leander High School to take on the Lions. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll be live here on SHN Sports. Join us if you can't make it out to the game. Thanks for listening tonight. Your Eagles victorious, 13-1 over Eastview here at Georgetown High School. Thanks for joining us. Have a good week. See you on Friday night. And remember, it doesn't cost a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.